Hello, 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 enlightened women. Hello, 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 beautiful souls. Those of you who are tuned in to Mondays in the Meditation Room with Dr. K for Midlife Musings. Welcome, welcome. Not just the beautiful souls that are going through midlife, or any men that's dropping in and viewing and trying to get an idea of what in the world is going on with your significant others, your spouses, your women friends, whoever. Welcome, welcome. This is an equal opportunity space, even though it is especially for Black women in midlife who are absolutely ready to make the most of this season in our lives to thrive, not just survive, because this is where you find all things enlightenment and empowerment for Black women in midlife. Welcome to the room. Welcome to the meditation room. So glad that you are here, where we are redefining, reimagining what our life can be. This is not the end of our lives. This is just the beginning. And this change, this season can be very frightening and discombobulating and all of the above. But guess what? We are making a choice for it to be empowering and full of possibilities and new opportunities for us in this season of our life. So go ahead, call your sister, text her, FaceTime her, right? And walk this journey together with us. Go ahead and call her, messenger, whatever you need to do to invite her to spend this sacred time with you, as this space is specifically for us. And guess what? If you don't find yourself in that midlife time frame, which is normally considered anywhere from 40 to 45 to 60 and 65, know that your entire life as a woman is connected, in particular from 9 to 10 years old all the way up to post menopause. Our reproductive health is important, and we're on a mission to empower not just women but girls, to start talking about it, to start really having courageous conversations about it, to really destigmatize it, right? To demystify it, yes, and definitely to decolonize it and embrace it and reclaim it once again as a season of power for women. So, hey, come on in, whether you're watching live or whether you are watching the replay. You are welcome, and you are part of this tribe, a part of this community. Go ahead and leave some comments, insight as we move forward. Now, let me just say that I'm so glad that flow and flexibility is available to us. That's one of the blessings of being in charge, right? So I know if you follow me on IG at Kelly V Hayes, or if you are following me on Facebook at The Enlightened Woman or Kelly V Hayes, you saw the information and the post that tonight we were going to have a special guest, Christian Belton, who's going to come on and talk to us about fibroids and talk about her new book to empower and encourage and support women going through a fibroid journey. Well, we got our wires crossed, and I was thinking I communicated this Monday and may have, but she got her wires crossed. We both got our wires crossed, and she thought it was next Monday. And aren't we so glad that there's 5 months in July? Can I tell you? Oh man, Holy Spirit works all things out and works them together for the good, because I really wanted to have her on in the month of July, as the month of July is Fibroid Awareness Month. And so guess what? We got a bonus Monday. So when she joins us on next week, we will still be in July. And I am so looking forward to the conversation, even though it's not going to happen on tonight. So literally, we just realized it maybe about 10, 15 minutes ago. I really want to say about probably about 10 minutes ago. And I wanted to say, oh my goodness, so what are we going to do? Guess what? Can I tell you, there's always something to talk about in the meditation room with Dr. K. Amen. For midlife musings. Mondays in the meditation room, it is a flow because we are learning how to be at peace with disruption, right? Because menopause, perimenopause, postmenopause, midlife in general can be just that, a disruption. And we're going to find more and more opportunities to talk about what that means for us, what that looks like for us. And everyone has a unique story and a unique journey when it comes to that. And so I just am passionate and purposed to steward and walk through and journey with and be a co-journer with you as we walk through this season together. And one of the ways that I really want to do that is not just with my book. If y'all don't have it, let me grab it. Right? Not just with the book, The Enlightened Woman, Inspiration and Reflections to Rediscover the Joy of Being You in Midlife and Beyond. It is a blessing, if I should say so myself. Join the Enlightened Woman tribe and join the conversation, right? Then there's Mondays in the meditation room when we gather on Mondays to have enlightening and empowering and encouraging conversations about what's going on with us in this season in our life, spirit, soul, mind, body, right? And then last year, for the first time, we kicked off the Minnow Lounge during Menopause Awareness Month in October on Menopause Awareness Day, which is October 18th. So, can I tell you, I'm so excited about the plans that we're already putting in place for Menopause Awareness Month this year, and then Menopause Awareness Day, October 18th, 2023. So go ahead, put it on your calendar. Keep up, follow me on IG and on Facebook so that you can get all the information, be aware, call your girlfriends, tell them to put October on their calendar for Menopause Awareness Month and Menopause Awareness Day, October 18th. Go ahead, just already put it on the calendar. And I stuck my foot into Threads, the new social media by Facebook. So I haven't really started posting on it just yet. But if you are on Threads, go ahead and follow me so that when we start dropping our content there, you will already be there because I don't want you to miss it. I wanted to just take a few moments on tonight since we won't have our full show until again next week when we have our guests. I just wanted to take a few moments and talk to you about why this is so important and to put September 23rd on your calendar because it will be since 2021. This is our first time since 2021 hosting the Serenity Experience Well Worthy and Wealthy gathering again this year in 2023. We took a break last year. Just Holy Spirit said, take a break. I need you to really get focused, get some clarity, and be utterly convinced that this is part of your purpose and calling in your life in this season, and how to revamp how we were doing some things, and absolutely did that. And I'm so grateful for it. But we are back. Saturday, September 23rd will be the Serenity Experience Well Worthy and Wealthy 2023. We'll be hosting it at the Pearl Modern Spa and Boutique in Columbia, Maryland. It will be from approximately 2:30 to about 5:30. Then we have an event following that for about an hour. So excited to be in this space that we're going to in 2023. And at the spa, you can literally make it a full spa day. They usually get booked up pretty quick, but you never know. So literally, I think they open like around 9ish, from 9 to 1:30. You can schedule either a movement class or a spa service and make it a full day. We are also partnering with the Meriwether Lake House Hotel, an autograph collection hotel, newly renovated, um, to make it some me time or girlfriend getaway. Get you a double, get you a couple of friends in there, have a wonderful time. Because if you decide to do VIP, then you'll be able to be a part of our what we're calling happy hormone hour, emotions, hot flashes, libido, oh my. That pajama party is going to be both educational and absolutely a lot of fun. What happens in the Meriwether Lake House Hotel stays in the Meriwether Lake House Hotel, but it is going to be a phenomenal opportunity. Even if you can't stay overnight, come on Saturday. There's going to be an opportunity for us to discuss, have 3 sessions during that time. There's going to be lunch, and it is almost indescribable, but because I tell you, it is going to be a transformative experience, and you will leave knowing yourself much better and embracing where you are, and receive some clarity on how you can move forward. It's a space for healing and strengthening in the presence of your sisters. So do not miss this opportunity for the gathering at the Serenity Experience, September 23rd. You can go to enlightenedwoman.global and get more information and go ahead and register. And we want you to get a room. We literally only have 5 more left. We intentionally didn't get a lot. We want to make this space a very personal and intimate so that we can really connect with one another. And when those 5 rooms are gone, we won't be re-upping for any more rooms. But you can still experience it, even if you just come for the day. And for these next few moments, I really want to say that it is really important that as women, in particular Black women, to really do exactly what I said. You know, when we talk about this season in our lives where most of us are experiencing one of the pauses, whether it's perimenopause, whether it's menopause, or whether it's postmenopause. There is so much going on in our whole totality of our being. Our brains are literally rewiring. Our bodies are doing something as a result of the natural decline of estrogen in our bodies. And it's symptomatic. And every woman's symptoms are very unique because there are literally some women who don't even experience symptoms. They just, after that 365th day, realizing they have not had a cycle, they are just postmenopausal. Because the thing is, most of the time we spend dealing with these symptoms emotionally and physically, and dare I say, spiritually, it is considered perimenopause. It's that season that sometimes happens starting for some women even at 40 or 45, and some women even earlier. Uh, begin to start experiencing those symptoms, which can be anything from brain fog to the hot flashes to the weight gain to the hair thinning to the skin being very dry, vaginal atrophy or vaginal dryness, a myriad of symptoms that begin to happen for us, saying that our body is in its natural transition. And some people really spend a whole lot of time trying to prevent us from thinking about it and embracing it as something powerful and positive. A lot of the anti-aging things begin to come. And the truth of the matter is, we need to decide where we're going to fall on that, and what side we're going to be. And it took me a minute, but I realized I don't want to be anti-aging. I want to take the initiative to age well, because we're not going to stop the aging process, but we can contribute to how well we age, because the alternative is to no longer be here, right? If we don't continue to age, that means we're no longer here. And so instead of really trying to do so much considering anti-aging or stopping the aging process, which is impossible. We need to embrace it, educate ourselves, empower ourselves, shift our perspective to age well. Yes. So if you're just joining, I know you're going to be looking for a replay, or you're going to be looking for what was advertised on social media today to talk about fibroids. But my guest and I got our wires crossed, so she's not going to be here today, but she's going to be here next Monday on the 31st. So we're excited. And right now, we're just talking about why Mondays in the meditate. Why Enlightened Woman? Why Mondays in the Meditation Room with Dr. K for Midlife Musings? Why the Mental Lounge, right? Why the Serenity Experience? Because it is so important that we take charge of and responsibility for, how about that? Our quality of life. No one else is responsible for our quality of life but us: spirit, soul, mind, body. And in midlife, really all of our lives, but especially in midlife, when it seems like the change and the transition is so drastic and can be so challenging. First of all, let me tell you, it's not in your head, it is true, and it is real. Let's get that on the table, not off the table, but on the table. And this is a movement for those of you who are with me now and you share this information. This really is a revolution, a movement, a transformative moment in history, because if you're coming into midlife or experiencing any of the pauses in this season, this is such an exciting time and season for it, right? Because so much is happening. We're standing on a precipice of the change, of the embracing of this season. No more shame or guilt about it, not being willing to share, normalizing the conversation about it. It's not illness, it is a normal, natural transition in our bodies, right? As a part of women. And why did I focus on Black women? Because as in other areas of our lives and the intersectionality of being Black and being woman, we often find ourselves experiencing being disenfranchised or inequity in the healthcare industry, the healthcare that we need. We often get sometimes subpar medical treatment across the board, and even in particular in this area in midlife when we're going through. And why? Because it's still a mystery as of yet, and because Black women have not traditionally been included in the research, right? And the trials that go on, a lot of the research and information they're coming up with does not include us and our unique symptoms and where we are located in the earth as human beings, as Black women. Right. But it's slowly but surely changing. Some of the most recent research is starting to include Black women, because what they are finding out is that we experience midlife and the pauses, wherever we are on that continuum, we experience it differently. For some reason, we experience the symptoms longer, and they're often more severe, making us susceptible to other illnesses, as such as heart disease and cancers, if we don't address sometimes the severity of our symptoms, right? And so that's why this is my why, to what? Normalize and destigmatize and decolonize the midlife and the pauses continuum that Black women experience, right? And here's some statistics that why this makes it so important, things that we're often unaware of and don't even talk about. Y'all, in 2025, there will be 1 billion women globally experience some form of the continuum of the pause. Either they will be in perimenopause, or here's the thing, y'all, when we talk about menopause, menopause is actually just one day. We spend most of our time peri or pre and post menopause. because menopause happens really only one day. That 365th day that you are without a cycle, you are officially in menopause. And then once that day passes, you are postmenopause. And then you have to begin making sure you're taking care of your body in postmenopause, because there's so many other things that can begin to plague us as women. Man. And then, can I tell you what's happening now is the pharmaceutical industry, the nutraceutical industry, the medical industry is waking up to the fact that um, half of the population and a large part of it, which is women, will be somewhere on that continuum of the pauses. And so they know how much women spend for their households, how much women spend on beauty products, and how much women spend on their health and healthcare and things to help their health. And they realize that that is just awaiting $600 billion industry that they know women will spend on managing their midlife and their midlife health. So you'll begin to see, when I say stars, Oprah, everybody is now talking about menopause. They calling it femtech, the the business of menopause, that people are now creating companies with products that address the symptoms for menopause. You can't stop it, you can't cure it. They're just creating products to help with the symptoms. And we're going to talk about that at a later date. But here's the thing, 75% of women don't seek treatment or support for their symptoms, and they often suffer in silence due to shame or lack of support or information. That's why Enlightened Woman exists. That's why Mondays in the meditation happens. That's why the Mental Lounge happens, right? That's why the Serenity Experience happens, right? Because we deserve to live well, to be well, to know that we are worthy of living and being well and walking wealthy in our wealthy place, right? And here's the thing, because African American women suffer disproportionately, right? As I mentioned earlier, developing and experience symptoms earlier and longer, then making us more susceptible, right, to dealing with bone loss and heart disease, as I mentioned, even more susceptible to certain cancers. And so we need to be mindful. We need to pay attention to our health, right? And not wait for somebody, yes, to tell us what's going on with us, or to say, oh, it's just in your head, or it's not important. Because why? Because it's women going through. Can I tell you, if men acknowledge that they go through andropause and are not too ashamed, and their egos wouldn't get in the way of talking about it and dealing with it, there would be no issue whatsoever. Man, can I tell you, listen to this. Only 20% of OBGYN residency programs in the US offer training in menopause. 20%, y'all. Even have residency programs, or even talk about it, or even teach about it. Even those who are being trained to take care of women and their reproductive health, as if this isn't a part of it. So you have to research, you have to find GYNs or OBGYNs if you're still in your birthing seasons. Find somebody who can walk this journey with you, right? And then help you find ways to manage your symptoms and manage your health and your wealth, which is your health, and your money matters as well, because midlife is also a major time for us to talk about our finances and where we are there. That's for another day and another time. But I really wanted to let you know that you're not alone. There is help, and you are empowered to really take care of yourself. And so I want to encourage you, come on, join us at the Serenity Experience. Continue to join us on Mondays in the meditation room. And when October comes, make sure you come do that pretty soon. We're going to be doing Mental Lounge on the Move, doing things, you know, doing and experience different adventures as women in midlife as we begin to embrace this season as one of the most powerful seasons of your life. So, enlightenedwoman.global, get more information, register, and then make sure you not only that, but subscribe to the Kelly V. Hayes YouTube channel as well, and activate the notification buttons because we're going to go through a whole overhaul of the presentations for our Mondays in the meditation room, and more content is going to be available on YouTube as well as we continue this very important conversation as we rediscover the joy of being who we are in midlife and beyond. Thank you guys. Hope you weren't too disappointed, but just come on back next Monday and we will talk about Fibroid Fighters. Are you one? It is going to be a very necessary conversation. And in particular, if you know any women that aren't even in midlife, but they're younger, they need to be a part of that conversation because we really need to talk about the gambit of our reproductive health as women, and we need to start it much earlier. And so, if you have experienced, if you know women who have experienced it, or you haven't, and you may be wondering something might be going on with you, join us on next Monday. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening, for joining us. Make this a part of your well worthy and wealthy journey in midlife and beyond. Absolutely love you. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday right here for Mondays in the Meditation Room with Dr. K for Midlife Musings. And sometimes even on during the week when we just jump on just because there's something we want to talk about. Love you, love yourself, and don't hesitate to rediscover the joy of being you in midlife and beyond. Talk to y'all soon. Hey, y'all.